Hello, I'm Nick Park from Evangelical Alliance Ireland, and this is our weekly message. It's Friday, but Sunday's coming. You may have seen an item in the news about the American singer Demi Lovato. Now, if like me, you've never listened to a single second of Demi Lovato's music, you might need a little bit of background here. She's an American singer. She started off as a child star with Barney, the purple dinosaur, ended up working with Disney and stuff. Somebody who's, like a lot of child stars, has obviously had a lot of unhappiness in her life, allegations of sexual assault against her, substance abuse, mental health issues, overdose, a drugs overdose. So somebody obviously who has had a far from happy life and still appears to be very unhappy, because one of the things that unhappy people do is they tend to lash out against others. And Demi Lovato had a poster advertising her latest album, and it's called Holy Vic, FVCK, obviously meant to look like the V is a U. And the poster showed her tied up in bondage gear, sitting on a mattress which was shaped like a cross and posed to deliberately parody the position of Jesus nailed to a cross as commonly seen on crucifixes. Now, the Advertising Standards Agency in the UK has banned the advert. There were complaints about it, and they felt that to combine deviant sexual practices along with curse words and using Christian symbolism in that way was an obvious attempt to cause offence to Christians. Now, you have humanists. The Humanist Association in the UK is complaining about this. They say this is enforcing blasphemy. We're not supposed to have laws against blasphemy anymore. Well, I agree that we shouldn't have blasphemy laws. I supported Ireland removing our blasphemy laws from the Constitution, because countries that do have blasphemy laws, like Pakistan, for example, use them to persecute Christians. And in the past, they've pointed to countries like Ireland and said, if these guys have blasphemy laws, then so can we. So I was all for the removal of blasphemy laws in Ireland. But it was generally agreed that at the time that doesn't mean that everyone has the right to say whatever they want when they want. You cannot go into this is a classic illustration, you cannot go into a crowded theatre and scream out fire. If there's a stampede and people are killed, you are criminally responsible, because you can't just say what you like when you like. There's responsibility comes with the words that we speak. Now, the Demi Lovato poster probably would not qualify as hate speech, certainly under the hate speech law that's coming in Ireland. It would be far too weak an offence to fall under the new Irish hate crimes bill. But nevertheless, it is a deliberate attempt to offend a religious minority. And let's face it, believing Christians, we are a minority in society, and we are every bit as deserving of protection as any other minority. And you know what? If somebody was putting up a poster that was deliberately attacking or trying to offend Muslims or Jews, you can be sure that there would be an absolute outcry. And it should be no different when somebody is using an advertising poster that is attempting to attack and cause offence to Christians. Look, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to express our disagreement with each other. It's okay to say, I don't believe what Muslims believe. It's okay to say, I believe that atheists are wrong in what they believe. It's okay to say that I disagree with Jews on who the Messiah is. It's okay to say that I disagree with common practices that are carried out in society by minority groups, whether it be sexual behavior, religious views, vegetarians, whatever it might be. It's okay to say I disagree, I think they are wrong, I think what they are doing is wrong. That's grand. We should all have the freedom in a democratic, free society to do that. But what we shouldn't be doing is trying to deliberately offend people, trying to deliberately attack people. It's okay to disagree, but certainly as Christians, we should not feel that we have the freedom to deliberately go out to antagonize and offend people, because that's not going to persuade anybody to come to Jesus when you actually think about it carefully. Now, what about non-Christians? Does that mean non-Christians can't deliberately be offensive? Well, maybe in speech and conversation they can. But advertising is a different thing. Advertising is something you can't really escape. It's something that's in your face. You know, when you walk down the street and there's a billboard on a bus shelter, for example, you've seen it. You can't, it's no good saying, well, if you don't like it, don't look at it. It's there in front of you. You can't avoid it. Same with advertising on TV, on radio, or in newspapers or magazines or anything else. Now, I do believe that we should be free to share our beliefs via advertising. Christians should be able to share the gospel. For example, Muslims, atheists, Jews, vegetarians, Demi, Lovato, whoever else should be able to share their opinions there, but not to deliberately attack or antagonize others. And so historically, there has been a stricter standard applied to advertising than there is to ordinary conversation or even public speaking. And so I do believe the advertisers got it right on this one. I don't feel angry at Demi Lovato. To be honest, she never even appeared on the blip of my consciousness in normal life. Like I say, I don't know that I've ever heard a single second of her music, but I do feel sorry for her. She's obviously deeply unhappy, like a lot of people in this world, and unhappy people do tend to lash out at others. So even though I've never even given 10 seconds to think about Demi Lovato in my life up until now, I am praying for her. But I do believe that advertisers got this one right. The Advertising Standards Agency and the people who complained to them and brought this to their attention got it right. Well done to them. Yep, we've all got the right to express our opinion. We shouldn't be attacking and deliberately trying to offend and antagonize each other. And certainly advertising is a realm where that should not be taking place. And it's right that there's legislation to stop it from happening. So well done to the ASA and the people who complained. God bless you. Join us again next week for our regular weekly message from Evangelical Alliance Ireland. It's Friday, but Sunday's coming.